Today on Eagle Nation News, Zara's Coffee is more than just a great place for caffeine. Coleman Meyer takes a sip into how Zara's Coffee is leaving a lasting impact on their employees and their community-minded mission. With the new season comes many new changes. Parker Reynolds gets to know the new head coach of the Prosper Volleyball team to hear her goals. While Prosper is changing, this couple's love remains the same. Maddie Kep shares the secret behind one native Prosper couple's love story. All this and more on today's edition of Eagle Nation News.
Good morning, Eagle Nation, and thank you for joining us. I'm Christina Krasnova.
And I'm Colton Boston. We have our first Thursday show for you today, and it is going to be a great one. So stick around. In starts right now. Welcome back, Eagle Nation, and thank you for joining us here again at Studio 301.
Today is Thursday, August 24th. Tomorrow we have our very first pep rally of the year, and the theme is Prosper Paradise. So make sure to dress in your best Hawaiian-themed gear. I know I'm excited, but how are you feeling, Colton?
Honestly, I've kind of missed these pep rallies over the summer, so I'm excited that they're back.
Me as well, and I just love to show up and show out for Edgy the Eagle and the cheerleaders and just everyone involved.
Yeah, and something I'm going to show my support to is Zara's Coffee Shop. Coleman Meyer takes a sip of this shop that serves coffee with a cause.
Walking into a new life is a reality for some, but Zara's Coffee helps people turn their lives around one drink at a time.
So we are a non-for-profit coffee shop. We're affiliated and umbrellaed under a local ministry called the Denton Freedom House. What our ministry does is we take men and women who are struggling with drug addiction, alcoholism, jails, prisons, homelessness. We bring them in free of charge for 6 months minimum. They get a bed, they get clothes, they get food every day. They also get to serve in various parts of our ministry, Zara Coffee being one of them.
Not only is the coffee shop run by the graduates of the Denton Freedom House program, Zara's Coffee continues to help those currently going through the program by giving them encouragement and sharing their story with others.
Man, well, you definitely have a heart to want to love and serve them and to meet them where they're at, because that was kind of one of the best things that somebody could have done. In my case, it's really just opening up and testifying that to which God has done in my life in hopes that they really understand that there is a way, there is a truth, and there is a life.
I was 56 when I came through the house. I'll be 60 this year. I was broken. I was addicted to crack cocaine. I lived in Houston, had 2 jobs, and was latte cook down there. And I reached out to one of my son's best friends that had went through the program. And I said, hey, I need help. I wanted to run, but something made me stay. It was just, you know, I had a real rough life with a lot of abuse, a lot of drug addiction, just running for myself and trying to fix it through the world, and you can't do that. It was very good, but it was very difficult. But I'm glad that I made it through because it changed my life. Denton Freedom House is a blessing.
He's also given me more than I had. So, I mean, I recently got married a year ago, and just not only am I it's coming back in return.
Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Coleman Meyer.
Colton, it is just so inspiring to see that this coffee shop serves much more than just coffee. They are also working towards a cause.
Yeah, I mean, I think their mission is just incredible. But we're not done with heart-stopping stories. Stay tuned. Talent Talk is next, sponsored by Cookie Co.
With homecoming quickly approaching, it's important to not forget bouquets, corsages, and boutonnieres. And to check that off your list, keep Prosper Blooms in mind as your one-stop shop for everything floral and Prosper. Prosper's leading florist since 2014.
With controversies from music to movies, Hollywood is always in the headlines. Isabel Moulter is live in studio with today's edition of Talent Talk.
Thanks, Christina. Recently, pop artists Ariana Grande and Demi Lovato have dropped Scooter Braun as their manager. The celebrity manager has made headlines since selling Taylor Swift's records in 2020. Justin Bieber, Dan and Shay, and Tori Kelly are also clients of SB Projects. Braun has been one of the most influential managers in the music industry, so it will be interesting to see if his drive for fame and power will ultimately lead to a downfall. Speaking of controversies, 13 years after the release of the popular sports drama movie The Blind Side, Michael Orr, the main subject of the film, has filed a petition claiming his adoption was a lie. The movie follows the story of Orr and his journey to the NFL while emphasizing the heartwarming narrative of his adoption. Orr's petition claims the Tui family tricked him into signing a document making them his conservators. This gave the Tui's legal authority to make business deals with Orr's name, and the Tui family became enriched with the success of the film while Orr received nothing. On that note, I'm curious to hear what thoughts you guys have on these scandals.
Yeah, I mean, The Blind Side is one of my favorite movies growing up, so seeing it having this controversy is just so sad.
It is sad. I mean, I thought the plot would be a lot closer to the movie.
Yeah, but with all this Blind Side talk, it's really getting me excited for the first Prosper Eagle home football game tomorrow.
Me as well. Don't leave, we go to Children's Health Stadium next.
This Saturday is Women's Independence Day, and we commemorate the ratification of the 19th Amendment to the United States Constitution. This amendment gave women the right to vote, marking a great moment in U.S. history. Are you interested in furthering your understanding about the United Nations? The first Model UN meeting is this Monday, hosted at the LGI, and you don't want to miss out. If you're dreaming of becoming a model, the PHS Fashion Design 2 students are looking for models for their spring fashion show. If you're interested, sign up today during your lunch period. If you are new to PISD and want to go to the football game but not sure who to go with or where to sit, follow the QR code for more information and to sign up. Remember, this is not your ticket, it's just so we know how many students are expected. See you there! Today is the deadline to buy your garters and mums for homecoming and to support the Eagle tennis team. Please see the flyer for all the information.
With Prosper's football season kicking off, Bradston Swick is at Children's Health Stadium to give us an insight on how tomorrow's game will look. Bradston.
Thanks, Colton. After a very successful scrimmage against Mesquite last Friday, our Prosper Eagles will be facing off against Euless Trinity tomorrow night at 7 right here at Children's Health Stadium. This season looks very promising for a football team as Dallas Morning News predicts that the Eagles will go 13-2. But can the Eagles prove them wrong and go undefeated for the season? As for myself, I'm certainly looking forward to the game tomorrow night and the rest of the season. That's all I have for you, Eagle Nation. Evan Athray is back in studio with this week's edition of Game Time.
Thank you, Bradston. Starting off with tennis, the boys and girls went head-to-head with Denton Geyer, the PHS tennis courts. They took a commanding lead of 16-3 and came out with the win. They're going to go try to make this winning streak 4 games next week against Rock Hill. Moving from the court to the pool, the girls' water polo team is playing in the Prosper tournament today. The PISD Natatorium with the boys playing tomorrow and both meeting back up on Saturday. Good luck to both teams. Also on Saturday, cross country will run in the South Lake Invitational. Good luck to them as well. Finally, switching to volleyball news, the Lady Eagles played Decatur in the arena on Tuesday. They finished with an impressive win over the Eagles, 3-0. And congratulations to junior libero Sophie Bridges on getting her 500th career dig during the match. They're currently playing in the Volleypalooza tournament in Austin. Hoping to match the energy from last weekend after placing 5th at the NISD tournament, where senior Aiden Ames and junior Hannah Buford both made the all-tournament team. Showing how we have the same dominating team even with major coaching changes, Parker Reynolds dives into who the new volleyball head coach is of PVB and her goals for the team.
After a record-breaking successful season, making it all the way to the Texas Region 1 Finals, Prosper Volleyball is looking to continue their tradition of success. However, this year under new leadership. One of the biggest challenges a team can face is a head coaching change, which the Lady Eagles overcame just 1 week before last year's playoffs.
We've kind of already been through a new coaching staff because of what happened last year. We got a new coach for playoffs, and that really just put us through a sense of adversity that we had to overcome. And I think that it's going to really help us this year, and we're going to be able to pull off some big wins.
Now facing that challenge again, starting this season with a new coach.
One of the big things this year is that we're focusing on is just culture, for sure, trying to shift our culture a little bit, more discipline, just getting everyone involved, all of the kids, respecting each other and just taking pride in themselves in the program.
The new environment under Coach McCormick so far has been a lot more positive than it was last year, and I think that comes with her coaching, but also the leadership with seniors. And my goal this season is just to lead the best I can. You know, it being my last year, I want to leave a dent and like a mark in the best way possible.
Prosper Volleyball's expectation is to continue their tradition of success into the 2023 season. Winning state in 2017 and making it far into the playoffs every year since, that success is inevitable with the stacked roster Prosper Volleyball continues to have.
I think switching from a 5A team to a 6A team, there are challenges when it comes to just every team you're competing against is going to have those big kids, those high-level kids, D1 athletes, but I think our team has the talent to be able to compete and go far where we need to go.
This year, the roster includes Nebraska commit Aiden Ames, ranked second in the class of 2024, who is on track to play for Team USA. Senior Lewis University commit Reese Renfro, senior Taylor Gardner, who is committed to play beach volleyball for Houston Baptist University, junior Hannah Buford, who is ranked 45th in the nation, and senior Sydney Thornton, who represented North Texas in winning a national all-star event this summer.
Another big part of Prosper Volleyball is the support that we get from the community, the school, everyone. We all just come together, and I think that the energy that it brings into the games really helps us win. It gives us motivation because we're playing for y'all, we're playing for the high school, we play for Prosper, and I think that us having home games every Tuesday will maybe bring some extra support, and we'll be able to pull out some really big wins with a lot of energy.
With that support and a winning goal in mind, Coach McCormick, along with Prosper Volleyball, plan to set themselves up to kill it this season. Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Parker Reynolds.
The Lady Eagles' next home volleyball game is September 1st versus Arlington.
Even though the team has gone through so many changes, I'm so glad that they're consistently still winning.
Yeah, we love to see the consistency year after year.
And I admire the consistency of one very special couple's relationship. Two high school sweethearts' love has lasted over half a century. Maddie Kep takes a look at their love story.
Right next to Reynolds Middle School sits an older neighborhood that has been there for years. But in one of those little houses, a couple that met back in the 1960s when they were still in high school are still together and better than ever. They've now been married for over 52 years and still recall what it was like to be young and in love.
I got some teasing for dating somebody from Salina. We had 27 in our class. We were a very, very close class. Everybody knew us. They cared for us. Salina had the same thing, but here in Prosper, it was such a sweet community. Anybody you talk to, we grew up in one of the best times.
Even through all the changes in Prosper, one thing has never faltered in the past 4 decades.
Being here as long as we have been, we're turning into those old people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's an experience that's, it's very heart-wrenching, to say the least.
Kenny and I have been in this house for 46 years. We lived in the same house right here in the same area. My daddy grew up here. I still have an aunt here. I've got cousins, and you can kind of see I'm getting a little emotional. But Prosper means a lot to me. It made me who I am.
Looking back on the years, what has gotten them this far?
But I truly believe that by she and I both putting God first, our family second, and everything else third, that's what it takes.
And it takes family. My mom and daddy were married 51 years, but he passed away with a cancer. And oh my goodness, when our grandkids came along, it just puts you in a whole another world. I just hope we get to stay together a long time.
Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Maddie Kep.
The relationship continues to strive, and they're hoping that soon they'll have great grandchildren.
Yeah, I wish my grandparents were here in Prosper.
Me too. Mine are all the way across an ocean, so I definitely agree with that. They are just so adorable, and hopefully they have many, many more years ahead.
Yeah, and on that note, that's all we have for you today, Eagle Nation. Thank you for letting us tell your stories. Once again, I'm Colton Boston.
And I'm Christina Krasnova. Have a great weekend, and go Eagles.